Hi guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Peace be upon you. Peace be upon you. As y'all can tell, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Let me see. I don't know if this is going to take my video away, what I'm doing, but give me a moment. Oh, okay. That's quite awesome. So, video away. Oh, okay. Let me see. We don't want that. So, you guys, good evening, and welcome to YOUniversity. Of course, you guys know, single mom of a pretty 3-year-old, of a handsome 3-year-old. I mean, I call him pretty Tifa. Assalamu alaikum. Mom. No, you say assalamu alaikum. You can't cry on camera. All right, let mommy kiss it. Alhamdulillah. All right. Sister, can you do me a favor and hit the share button or invite people, because I'm still learning this new gadget of mine. Alhamdulillah. We're not gonna talk about it. They'll write that. So tonight we'll do, I'm so excited. Let me just start there and let you guys know that I'm very excited to start my sharing of the 10 tips to save the love box. So I have been going over these things and wanting to come up with a PDF to upload in the group. I know from doing some other research that I can probably put up a few different videos, but a lot of my topics kind of intertwine with each other, so I can go from one topic to the next, and then I'm going to find a beautiful way to put it all pretty for you guys in the PDF form to put it on a group. All right. So tonight, our first tip for saving the love box is proper cleaning. So, assalamu alaikum. It is proper cleaning. So I actually found a cute little video, and I agreed with part of it, but not all of it. So I decided not to share it in the Save the Love Box group or YOUniversity, because it just did not. Like I said, I agree with part of it. The first half of it, I did not agree with the second half of it. And there's some things that we can do and need to do as far as taking care of ourselves vaginally, which will still kind of tie into our which will kind of tie into our physical health, which most women, when they're working out and they're around about, they're not paying attention to their open wound, which is the love box. So if you've already been a part of the community, you know we went over this, that the love box is simply your vagina, your lady area, and the importance of wanting to save it, because most of us don't know that we're doing so many different things wrong and not maintaining that aspect of our physical health. So when you know better, you do better. And instead of leading with my product today, for one of my tips, what I wanted to go into, again, like I said, was the proper cleaning. So what I wanted to go over with the ladies and gents is that what you need to know is that as a woman, and even as a man, if you guys jump on, because I did share this on my personal page, and there are men who like Save the Love Box, and I appreciate them for them. So what I wanted to go over with you guys is like, let's talk about the ways that we don't do what we're supposed to do. How often do we use the wrong soaps? We use the wrong things, and I have like two different. I did, but I did it for a reason, because as long as you have a wife, you have daughters, just because you're a man doesn't mean that you can't have this information to share with them, because you never know. Because I know you'd be surprised the women that go into the doctor's office. I happen to talk, and I've gotten on the nerves of the aides that are inside of my GYN's office, and it all started 3 years ago. 4 years ago when I got pregnant with my now very spoiled and kept young man, William. So the things that the people that come in there, and you'd be surprised because I shared with them about some of this information. So it's a beautiful thing because it's not all just it's not just for women. This is for the things for men. There are a lot of, I have friends that are single fathers. So it's just like, yeah, somebody's going to teach you. These are things that you should know, but the kids don't always come back and tell you. Women are older and still wiping back to the front. Some women are people, they wash their bottom instead of washing their front first, or, you know, they do different things. They use the wrong soap. So that's what we're going to go over today. Inshallah. I got my cup of tea here because I need to make sure I'm good to go. It is still cold outside. So when women go into cleaning their vagina, when we're in the and this is what I found. I didn't even know. I indoor research. I found that it was amazing that when you clean your vagina, what do you use? A loafer scrub, washcloth, or just your hand? And it says that it talks about how, as a kid, how we're taught to wipe in the bathroom from the front to back. But so many people actually do the same thing. And the information that I got is based upon what they asked gynecologists to share the most popular mistakes. So when you're washing, one of the things is that women scrub their vaginas, or I know men who've taught their daughters, and in the process, that's what they do. They scrub their vaginas, but it's not necessary. That skin down there is so sensitive. It's sensitive for us. If you wipe the wrong way or you hit it the wrong way at this point, alhamdulillah. Well, I definitely need you to make sure that you're, if you're getting their feminine products, I definitely need you to, I have a video, or actually on the Save the Love Box page of me doing a demonstration. And there's a demonstration with one of the founding men of my company, and it goes into the things that are inside of their the chemicals for our daughters. And that's how I got into this, when I found out more about the things that are hurting us. So I found out what was hurting me first, and then I wanted to make sure that I made it my business to share the information with men and women and young women everywhere. The internet is a very powerful tool, and you're able to share and touch people's lives right from your living room or right from theirs. And that's a beautiful thing. So, so it's a very, very beautiful thing. So I have some videos. I'll be in touch with you. I'll shoot you a video tonight, actually, and I'll inbox it to you. Just so you can know, because I feel like that is so, so important. And our men, they don't know. They're like, I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm gonna go get these pads. You're gonna be okay. But moving back on. So we talk about how sensitive the skin is down there. When you're washing your love box in the shower, always remember to be gentle. And that's even as a man being with a woman, you need to be gentle. So when we tell you you need to be gentle, we need you to be gentle. It's a sensitive area. So it has Perry Gotzi, MD. She's an obstetrician and GYN doctor at the San Fernando Valley North Hospital region, Los Angeles. She said that vaginal scrubbing is not recommended. Number 2, douching. I know a lot of men who be like, you need to douche. No, you don't even have a vagina. So for you to tell a woman that she needs to douche, that's all kinds of wrong. So the things to know, you okay in there? Okay. The things you should know about douching. Douching is a no-no. Now, this is another one of the things I'm going to go into in a different topic as far as like your pH levels, because when you douche, what you think that you're getting and making things nice down there as a woman, what you think you're doing to, benefit or sweeten up your love box for your gentleman or, your gentlewoman in these days and times, men for women, women for women, however it works. But the vagina is a delicate ecosystem, and it needs to be maintained at a pH level of 3.8 or 4.5. And that comes from Mary Jane Minkin, MD, and she's a clinical professor at, I have here, I cut off. I forget the name of it. But she's a doctor. I like to take notes from the doctors and put them in here to share with you guys. And then when you also cleaning, your third tip for being mindful of alhamdulillah, that you want to know about if you're cleaning and doing things wrong down there is using scented body wash to get things clean. So as women, we know that we like to smell good. We want our area to smell good. We want to make sure that the men, they get a good scent. So they're going to love it. They're going to tear it up when they get down there. We're not supposed to do that. So if there's any more men watching this video, please be sure to stop buying your woman, including your daughters, your wives, your sisters. Don't allow them to use the scented body wash or let them know that they need to use a separate soap for down there. So while you can use it on the body, as Dr. Minkins mentioned, the pH level of your vagina area is may not react well with the fruity gel. I can tell you as a personally, certain things don't work for me. I can get away with some things, but I can't get away with everything. And I learned that over the years. So the vagina and the vulva are the most sensitive tissues in the body to harsh soaps and fragrances and any other kind of allergens. So you want to be careful with the soaps that you use. So when people think of clean, they tend to think of harsh deodorizing soaps, but don't use them. They're hurting our love box more than they're helping our love box. And the less soap, the better. If you want to use soap, use a gentle pH balanced soap with no fragrances, something real basic. And if it has a fragrance, you guys definitely want to be careful with it. Only you know your body better than anyone else does. Number 4 is some women like to exfoliate down there. I can tell you, I used to be one of them. But depending, I'm like, what am I hearing beeping? That's right here. To exfoliate down there, just as a heads up, it's not necessary. It's something that you don't need to do. Again, if you do it, you'll notice that dry skin you'll get dry skin from the microbeads. Let me say that. And when you're cleaning your love box, you may need to use a washcloth or a loofah or a sponge, as long as it's a gentle material. So some of those loofahs that we use, we have to be careful with them because they're all not made. They have the different, I guess the loofahs are more of the spongy ones. Let me say that because there's so many different types. Initially, I had plans on going to the store to make sure that I could show you guys the different scrubs. It was snow. It was really cold outside. I didn't leave the house. I had someone bring me my coffee today. But you just got to make sure it's a gentle material. And number 5, for when you know you're doing it wrong, is as women, after we have sex, how we like to make sure we down there, we like, and we're scrubbing really, really hard. We don't have to do that. So it's normal that you want to clean it up. But things that you need to know, just as a self note, is that the love box is a self-cleaning tool. Like it cleanses itself. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of being a woman. So if you don't already know how wonderful and amazing or awesome and amazing that you are as a woman, that's something to think about. You have this body that not only do we get to carry humans, like a whole human grows inside of you, then you get to give birth, even though it's painful. And, we have all of these things that men don't. So we need to learn how to love on ourselves physically, totally, from our head to our toes, outwardly and inwardly. So you don't need to do anything with scrubbing. You just have to be mindful. The vagina is self-cleansing. Definitely going to be one of the tips that I go over more in depth with saving the love box, because some women know, most women don't. They just be like, listen, anybody got time for this? I got to stick a finger up there. Let me put this washcloth up there. No, don't even do it. There's no need to. You're causing more harm than good in the process of you doing that. So simply use your clean cloth to clean up the outside of your vagina, and just make sure that you're not scrubbing, because you don't have to. Scrubbing, again, irritates your skin, depending on what kind of soap you're using, depending on what kind of cloth you're using. Something gentle, hyperallergenic will just work. And you can use them as directed as your own discretion. You're grown, or you may not be grown, but definitely use wisdom when you're doing things. And number 6 is, if you feel like you have to keep things tidy or shave to keep things tidy, make sure you do it. It is all in a person's personal preference. So it's nothing against that they have here. I'm going to read what they said here. They said that it's a common misconception that pubes are unhygienic, explains Dr. Parry. Pubic hair can actually work as a layer of defense to keep your vagina clean from infection. If you are shaving and tend to you tend to get razor burn, what is medically known as folliculitis, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you all can Google it, FOLLICULITIS. It is helpful to make sure that you're changing your razor that you are using on a monthly basis. Some people is nasty. Some people are very nasty. And what they tend to do is use the razor over and over again. And not only do they use it for their love box, they use it for their legs, they're using it for their armpits. That's disgusting. Gross on so many levels. But I'm not judging, but the doctor says, just listen, make sure that you're changing your razor to be safe. So those are 6 ways of things that you do wrong as a woman when we're caring for our love box. How about that? So things I didn't know. So like I said, I started in this whole mission, Save the Love Box. So you guys tune in for Girl Talk for my introduction. Please know that this thing for me is real. And ever since I found out at a surface level what is happening to our love boxes by the products that we're using, it just made me want to know more. And then I wanted to know more, and I'm still learning more. And I now have the opportunity to share with you guys. So now you guys can learn more and more and more and more in the process. So I did go over the things that we do wrong, and part of them I'm going into, it goes into the things that you should do as well as cleaning. So most people don't pay attention, or they think they know. I always advise women and or men, when you go into the doctor's office, there's normally a poster on the wall. And actually, Ronnie, I wouldn't do that. So let me tell you, right? As a woman, I'm very transparent. So let me be honest with you. I used to use Norforms all the time. I love the scent, right? And here's me. Listen, I'm going to put it down there. They like it. I like it. And I'm going to go into that because that goes into the pH levels and the different things. But you can use them at your discretion, but it's not necessary. And I say that to you. I say that to say that a Norform is a different form of douching. It's pulling out. But what happens is, for the moment, that love box, that thing smell like love. Let me tell you how I know. I still got an old box in my medicine cabinet that I need to throw out, because I use those bad boys faithfully. But after it comes out and it runs a course and she been all juicy and they all liked it and whatever the case may be, because it pulls from your pH balance, it throws your pH off and it dries out the vagina. But everybody has a different, a reaction to them. Some people will get yeast infections and things of that nature because the douche and the fragrance that's inside of there. So you want to be careful. So if your wife or your daughters are using them, tell them don't do it. So the next time you go to the doctor with them, or you go into the doctor, look for the thing on the wall. And this is what I'm going into. But when you look at the paper that's on the wall and they got there and it has the picture and it tells you about the parts for the male, it goes through the urethra and the penis line and the main blood line and everything it goes through for the women, the labia, the clitoris, talks about the vagina. And most people be like, they think the love box is just it's just the outside. But there's parts to it. I tell you, we are beautifully and wonderfully made. When I tell you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, is so wonderful in how he created these bodies. Our bodies are beautiful. And most people don't even learn to love them until it's too late. And some don't even do that. So the vagina is the narrow canal. So that's when you go in, that's from the outside in, all the way in. That's the open wound. And that runs inside of the body. That's a self-cleaning. It's a self-cleaning area. So that's what I was saying about talking about the things and how we wash wrong, because the vagina is self-cleaning. A lot of the products that we use, we don't even need them. Go figure, right? They don't even have health class in school anymore, which is really crazy because the things that they and I was freaked out when I found that out because I have a 20-year-old. So if it was time for health classes, and it's been many, many years, and they're telling me they don't have health class in these schools anymore. So these are things that they need to teach our children, especially our young women. And it's a self-cleaning, it has its own self-cleaning mechanism. Let me say that. So trying to use the wash rag to go inside, like I said earlier, the different soaps, trying to do it. I can tell you because I know what I did. I would call my girlfriend up and we'll be on the phone. I'd be like, girl, they'd be like, girl, that's what I do right here. Latifah, you still on here? That girl, listen, that phone call right there with that girl, listen, you hear me? It goes a long way. But I know what I've been introduced to, the things that we've done. Tell them don't do it no more. And it'll cause irritation. No soap, no douches. To have them take a nice little bath, soak in some nice hot water. Be okay with some things. Learn how to change the soaps in your house for them. And that would be so much better. Changing the soaps, that'll help there. Avoid using soaps that got the heavy perfumes, the gels, antiseptics. Just as a sidebar, I just started a rebalancing for myself with my weight and paying attention to what I'm ingesting. Well, absolutely. Bathing twice a day is good. The doctors recommend that you clean your love box at least once a day. They said at least once a day you need to clean it. But like you handle your handle. You get up in the morning, you wash that thing up. Before you go to bed, you wash that thing up. We want to make sure that everything is clean, nice, right, and tight. Any means necessary. Make sure she clean. And when you're on, and for a woman that's on her menses, it's best that she wash 2 to 3 or 4 times a day. I recommend that for women who definitely aren't using Cherish pads. And I can say that because I used to be wet, now dry. I don't have to go into all of that. Yes, okay. So be mindful of that. And I said that about what I'm doing now with my weight loss is because I'm rebalancing and in the process of getting my body back in order so I can get into my challenge next month. I'm back to reading labels. Reading labels is your friend in every area of life. So that means your soap, your food. I just posted a video in YOUuuniversity about what's in a toxin that's inside of cereal. So it's important to read your labels, your soaps, your colognes, anything that you can use to put on your body or put into your body is very important. So, and I tell y'all I'm into this because it's so important. People are like, oh, I'm healthy. I'm running every day. I eat this, I eat that. They may or may not, but they're not. As women, we don't take care of everything. And that includes our love box. So, if you with me, say the love box. This is what we out here doing. So with all of that, when you use all of those things, it can actually throw off the balance and a healthy bacteria of your love box, and also irritate the skin on the outside of your love box. You want to make sure as a woman that you clean the folds of your clitoris. And I was like, I'm reading this and I'm like, people don't do this. Like, you don't make sure you wash, but you also have to be mindful of the soaps that you use because every soap isn't good for that. So that kind of goes back to your soaps and the things that you're using. So if you have one of those, they're like plastic things, but they look like a sponge, but it's plastic. It's really plastic. And that's not any good because that's harsh. No matter what kind of soap that you're using on it is very harsh, which can cause you to get irritated in the process. So we don't want any irritation down there at the love box, because when she hurt, we hurt. And when we hurt as a husband or boyfriend, however you doing it, you ain't getting none. And we all know as men, you want what you want. You want your woman's love box. So you need to make sure that you swap out her stuff, pay attention to what she's using. And the liquid soaps, they're cool, but you want to stick more to the bar soaps because they're a little more friendlier. They have some friendly liquid soaps, but I haven't looked up any. I myself have started using the homemade soaps. Let me tell you something, and I haven't even talked about the panties because I got a whole script for the panties. But since you're talking about it, I'm gonna talk about it with you. Cotton is your friend in that area. Silk panties, unless they have a cotton crotch, then you can wear them. You have to be mindful of that. Yes, but cotton panties are really great for your love box. Cotton, or you can free ball. Some people like to free ball. I'm not mad at people who free ball. You know, sometimes you got to let your soul glow. You get a little air down there. But cotton is it. And if you're going to wear anything else, if you're going to wear a panty because I know women like to, we like to be cutesy and we like to look good and feel good, especially for our men. And, go get that cute little bra panty set. Unless it's crotchless or have a cotton crotch, I wouldn't do it. Not what I know now. I wouldn't do it. It just makes sense. Unless he about to eat some panties off of you, you put them on 1 minute and about a minute and a half later, they gone. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Don't judge me, but that's just my opinion. I wouldn't do it. When you learn, when you know better, you want to do better. And that's just me. And that's FYI. Free fall. That's it too. We could do that too. That's it. I ain't mad at you here because I know. I know. Yeah, I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna get back to the topic. Bismillah. So we're gonna go into making sure that you wash your clitoris when you washing down there. And make sure you're using soft cloth. Wash your soap. All of these things are very, very important. When you wash your vulva in your opening down there, like around, make sure you clean up around your bikini line. I'm not sure how people clean, what they think is clean. I have a 20-year-old son. And when he come to me and he tell me that he'd met a girl that she was thinking, or he'd had a girl around me and she was funky, we got to find out what's wrong. You're not cleaning right. You got an infection. Your pH levels is off. We got to fix that. So make sure that you're cleaning properly. Clean on the outside, clean around everything. Be gentle, take care of yourself. Now, this was, I didn't know the proper term for it. So when I found out the proper term for it, I was like, oh, that's what that area is called. So it's called the perineum. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. It's perineum. That's the area between the box and your butthole, the anus. So that little space that's down there is the tickle spot. It's a tickle spot. That space down there, after you cleaned your vagina up really good and you taking care of her, you clean down in that area. You want to make sure that you wash that good, and then you clean your anal area last. So people do it the wrong way. So when I was reading it and I was looking up, I was like, people don't know how to clean their bugs. I'm glad my mama taught me. Because some people don't. And people they'll clean from the rooter. They'll clean from the tutor to the rooter, and that causes infections. So when you use that, you have to make sure that when you wash your anal area, you wash it last. Because when you don't, and then you switch it over and you use your washcloth touching your vaginal, your love box after cleaning your bottom half, that's how you get infections. That's how you can actually, that's actually how you can bring germs from your rectum into your love box. We don't want that. Now, this goes also the same way in the same mannerisms when you're wiping, when you're on a toilet. So you have to be mindful of those things as well, ladies. Like, that is so serious. Even if you had a big old number 2, you clean back, you clean from top to the bottom, drop it. just one swoop, left hand, boom, boom, bam. Just drop that thing. Don't try to look at it. Don't do nothing. You might get your germ, might jump off, and we don't want to take the love box. That's a precious, precious thing. And those germs actually cause urinary tract infections. So when I seen that, I was like, wow, this is crazy. But some people don't know these things. and the importance of doing your research and learning how to do things properly, properly, it just helps. It makes things easier for you. It brings things more into perspective, and it's a wonderful thing. So when I tell y'all, I'm gonna give a big shout out. Y'all can see my shirt, to the Inspire Network, because they help get me tuned all the way in. Just by piquing my interest from one thing, I have went everywhere else. Okay, so taking a shower is good. There's nothing. I love my showers, and I love my shower head. I got a dual shower head. To that thing going, one coming from here, then I got the one that go over everywhere. My shower is awesome. But soaking is good for us, for our bodies. So I love taking baths. Bathing is a form of relaxation. It helps relax your muscles. It helps relieve stress. All things that you need to do. So you don't have to ask for a friend. If you got a special lady friend, listen, run her bath water, make sure you light some candles, give her something soothing, and you leave her alone. If she drink wine, give her a glass of wine. If she don't, get her some apple cider, or what's the, I got a bottle of it in my refrigerator, sparkling cider stuff. They come in all kinds of flavors too. I got a whole closet stock full of them. I pop bottles without popping bottles. Did you get it? Did you get it? Pop bottles without popping bottles. So yeah, soaking is good. You can wash your full body anyway, but you definitely want to. I like soaking. I do, but you have to be mindful when you're soaking. So you don't have to soak too much, or if you do, let your water out and run you some fresh bath water. Because when you're soaking in the water, if you have bubbles in there and you're soaking, the dirt that's on your body, your follicles, they all just kind of come off. Yo, we popping tomorrow night, girl. Got a new flavor too. What? We popping them bottles tomorrow. Inshallah, we gonna pop those things right after class, though. After training. How you gonna drink wine and take a shower? But listen, if you're a professional alcoholic, you can multitask that. I mean, I'm not judging, but you're a professional drinker, you can do that. I know people. I've known some crazy people in my days. I was a very crazy person in my day. So people do what they do. So if you can manage to have a glass of wine outside while you're taking a shower, take a sip, wash, take a sip, wash, take a sip, rinse. You know what I mean? If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. Who am I to tell you can't do it? If it works for you, baby, go for it. What else you got, Ronnie? How old are your daughters? If you don't mind me asking. This tea tastes kind of good. Ain't popping. All I did was put a little honey in there. Oh, okay. 6 and 7. Okay. All right. So just be ready for them. I'm going to still send you the video because I'm sure you have a beautiful, the beautiful lady in your life, so that you can help her out and share some information with her and anyone else that you guys. If you have nieces, sisters, she got nieces, sisters. Yeah, we're going to do it like that. So I'm going to definitely send you some information tonight. I'll probably send you a video and via Messenger. I'll send you a video via Messenger, and we'll go from there. Actually, yeah, I'm going to send a video via Messenger. That's what I'm going to do. And we're going to go from there. And if you have any questions after watching the video, just reach out to me. But share it with the people that you love. Share it, because that thing is real. No problem. No problem. So you make sure you jump on and tune in. We got a class every week for Love YOUniversity for our women. I do things every day. Pretty much every day during the week, I have a nice little session set up for the things that I want to cover with my women's group, Love YOUniversity. So if your lady's on Facebook, you can have her to come on, join the community so she can get some more information. That'll be great. That'll be great. So you guys, I think, I mean, I don't really have anything more to add unless you guys have some questions. So I'll probably just go ahead and wrap it up. My 3-year-old is silent, so I'm going to tell y'all what that means. He's asleep. I need y'all to know something. I'm going to sleep behind him when I get finished with this. I got to make like 2 more phone calls for the night, and I'm going to sleep. But if there are no more questions, I'll go ahead and I'll close this session up for the evening. I definitely want to thank you all for sitting here and being on the live with me, asking questions, adding comments. It is definitely most appreciated. I need you to know that at all costs. It is very much appreciated. Share the video. Like and share the page, like and share the video, share the information. If you found it beneficial for you, then you should be able to find it beneficial for another woman in your life or man who has daughters who doesn't know. So on that note, I don't see anything else coming up in the comments. I'm going to say good night. I pray you all have a great evening. Be safe, stay warm, and thank you again for tuning in to our Save the Love Box 10 tips. And it's for tip number 1. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.